Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Interfaith Community Sanctuary on this beautiful November day. We get it every day, this beautiful earth, Mother Earth that we stand upon just keeps glorifying us, it's just incredible. And we're very grateful to be here. We're grateful to have you here this morning. We're grateful to have SiSwinKlae Laurel Boucher here this morning. And we have a very wonderful service planned. My name is Sally Jo. I'm co-minister here with Imam Jamal Rahman. And we will begin this morning with the Divine Feminine offering. And that is the candle that I lit here in the front. This represents our honoring of the Divine Feminine. And we add that in as a way of reminding ourselves that the divine energy is neither masculine nor feminine, nor is it one or the other, but it is a balance of all the energies of the universe, and we like to try to keep in balance. I'm going to read a little excerpt from a prayer for the world by Mirabai Starr, a very good friend of our community here. And this is how it goes. And I think it's a good way of honoring the Divine Feminine. Beloved One, living light, Spirit of all that is, thank you for welcoming us to this sacred circle, comprised of every hue on the spectrum of the human community. Be with us now as we lean in to hear your call. Stay close as we stand up to speak your message of unconditional love. Divine Mother, embodiment of mercy and compassion, enfold us in your protective cloak as we dare to take in the pain of the world. Give us the courage and strength to drop our preconceptions and step onto the field of global strife, armed with the flaming arrow of unconditional love. Amen. And Sister SiSwinKlae Laurel Boucher is going to lead us. First of all, I just want to welcome Sister Laurel Boucher, SiSwinKlae. You can't welcome somebody who belongs here. I mean, you can, but it's like I put her on the guest Sunday because she comes to us at least once a year in front of our congregation on a Sunday morning. She does so many different offerings throughout the week and month with her wonderful medicine circle and her offerings throughout the week that we talk about in our weekly gatherings. And I love the service that she comes and does once a year for us as a Sunday service. And we love to have her in the month of November, which is a wonderful month of celebrating Native American history. She represents for us so many of the wonderful traditions. So I'm introducing her now because she's going to lead us in the 4 directions, this practice which we've done a couple times before. Many of us have done it before. And this will loop in the honoring of our ancestors as well as our acknowledgement of our Native peoples and our land. So this all comes together in the 4 directions, which we'll be able to participate in with Sister Laurel Boucher, SiSwinKlae, as we know her. And so I'm going to turn it over to her and her people that have come to help her and work with, and we'll all have a chance to sing together and pray together and listen to her wonderful stories. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay, there we go. Okay, yay, good morning. We're going to begin, as our dear sister said, Sally Jo said, that we will begin with the drumming of the 4 directions. And I'm looking around, and so Brother Steve has a drum. Oh, our sister Suja. Yeah, Sister Suja has a drum. Would you do us the honor of drumming in the 4 directions? When we drum in the 4 directions, we do this in our Northwest Coast way of our medicine here. So our sister will start in the east, and then she will go to the north, west, and south. No, the other way? I'm a little neurodivergent, I was told. So the north, and then west, and then south. Haichka. Ihaichka, thanking our sister Slanit, sister Sitsiam, high class sister Suja. And her medicine name is, if you can help me so I don't mash it. Quilquilticin. Quilquilticin. Drummed in the 4 directions for us this morning. And the drumming of the 4 directions is our manner of talking or language to the ancestors and the ancestors of the land. It's acknowledgement of the ancestors in the land. That's what a lot of what the meaning is of the 4 directions. So when our dear one Sally Jo asked me about how are we going to honor the ancestors in the land acknowledgement, that's what the 4 directions is. And I'm so pleased to do this here today and be with you today and share in our medicine way of SiSiWiss. SiSiWiss translates as sacred breath or sacred life. And it's a practice of the first people that lived right here, the Shilshol, and the Duwamish, Dua'a, the land of the Dua'a, Duwamish, Duapsh. And also what we were told is the origin of the SiSiWiss medicine is on the San Juan Islands, and then it spread all the way down to Siletz, Oregon, and up into Canada, the northwest area of Canada, including the Gulf Islands, San Juan Islands and the Gulf Islands. So it's an ancient practice, and isn't it wonderful we get to practice here today together? It's a really amazing thing. Because, you know, this land experienced a genocide as well as Canada. And so when we see the genocide that's happening today, our first people here, they know very well what this is and how incredibly painful and tragic it is. But anyway, so we're have such a grand opportunity to share in this ancient practice and make this our Sunday service today. And so grateful for the invitation and to be here. It's quite an honor. And when we sit here and we share with you, it's very, encapsulates all the years that we met here, and wonderful culture-bearing people came here and were part of our circle here. And our Auntie Vi Hilbert Takshablu, she came here many times to be a part of the medicine circles and ceremonies that have been held here. Plush Wuptus, Arnold Tro, he gave the carving that's there at the front door. When you go out, they don't know exactly. He tried, because he's very good at researching the history of artifacts, what are called artifacts. And he was not able to find out more about the carving other than that it was probably Duwamish and someone in the Duwamish that carved the carvings. So I just wanted to give you a little bit. And then also, of course, our brother and teacher, Wistimini, he also taught here and shared here many, many years. and just so many different people. We had people from Tulalip come to the ceremonies here. So when I sit here and I share with you all those people, they're here visiting too, because they are very much a part of the SiSiWiss Medicine. So I'm so thankful to be here with you. But to now share a little bit about the ceremonies that we're leading here today, the circle ceremony, is now the next part to open our circle is to sing a water blessing song. We'll sing a water blessing song, and then we'll all, I'm going to need to put the mic down for just a moment, just to share. This is the sign language and the word kos, putting the water over ourselves as a blessing. And then we'll pray all together in our medicine circle. We pray out loud, and you are sure welcome to pray however you pray. And anyone that's sitting on the outside, if you want to join the circle, no? Okay, all right. So, and then we use this sign language and this word when we closing anything that we share in the medicine circle. Oh, it's an ancient word that comes from the whale people. Water blessing song. Please join in the singing. We'll all pray together, dear ones. That is thank you in a ceremonial way. Haichka in sign language like this is Haichka means like thank you. Haichka, oh, in a ceremonial way. And I know I'm supposed to be holding the microphone, but I don't know how I can do that and share all this. Can you hear it okay? Okay, sis.
The mic is for the people at home.
Yes. I'm working with you here. That's the only, yeah.
Technology, it helps.
Yeah. Okay, well, we have a tech person. That's wonderful. So welcome everyone today, and what a wonderful thing. We want to sing a welcome song. My drum is over here. Warming up. Sing a welcome song. Welcome everyone. This song is a canoe paddle song, also a welcome song. It comes from beautiful elder at La Push, Ramolillian, Poland. the sign language that we're using, we use that sign language anytime we have a sharing, and then when we're complete with that sharing, then we'll use that sign language. And I'm just sharing with you if you'd like to join in. Is this sound okay? Because I can hear a little echo. Yeah, okay. Great. Ihaichka. Again, so grateful to be with you, and we're going to sing a couple of songs or more to open a little song and prayer service. And we'll first open with medicine songs, and then we'll open it up for songs and prayers for everyone. So the next medicine song we'd like to share is another canoe paddle song. This one comes from Vancouver Island, from a person from the Didadat, from the southern Nuu-chah-nulth people of Vancouver Island. I got corrected in how to say Nuu-chah-nulth. So I'm working at it. Nuu-chah-nulth. There's a accent on the middle part of the word. So Jimmy Chester is who this song comes from. Oh my. Now it just left me. It was just here. I had to go and talk about it. Okay, well then. Maybe our sister Sujish can help with that song. He said that's maybe what I'm supposed to do. Ihaichka. It's okay. Yeah, but it's going the wrong direction. Yeah, Allah, Hallelujah. We Allah, hey, yeah, we Allah, hey, ooh, ooh. Hey, Allah, Hallelujah. We Allah, hey, yeah, we Allah, ooh, ooh. We are hey, Allah, Hallelujah. We Allah, hey, yeah, we Allah, hey, ooh, ooh. We are hey, Allah, Hallelujah. We Allah, hey, yeah, we Allah, hey, ooh, ooh. We are hey, Allah, Hallelujah. We Allah, hey, yeah, we Allah, hey, ooh, ooh. Oh, Ihaichka Sitiam. We haven't seen her in a long time, and all she's done is come in here and help. Wonderful. Ihaichka. And we're sending around the smudge, dear ones, and the smudge is our way of spiritually cleansing, but you know, it also cleanses the air. Like they even say, you know, all the different things now that are carried on the air, the illnesses that are carried on the air. The smudge will clear the air of those bacteria or virus type things that float on the air. So we really encourage, if you'd like to, but if you'd rather not, or if it's somehow it's bothering you, we can also crack open the door to let a little the air out. So it also helps the whatever it is, negativity, get carried out when you open up a window or a door. And so you just light a little of the smudge stick. The sage and cedar is to remove negativity. And also we use the candlelight. And then, I know a lot of people, they wave the stick. We ask you not to wave the stick of smudge, but just wave your hand of the smoke over yourself. Because, you know, we look around, got wood floors, and we don't want sparks flying anywhere. So, Ihaichka, Ihaichka. And then I think there's also sweetgrass on there, and the sweetgrass is to invoke the positivity. Ihaichka. Oh. All right, so I want to ask another person. I see my nephew walked in with Stasium. And anybody that we ask, if you would also introduce yourself. So we kind of did that for our sister, and if she can actually go ahead and introduce herself. And then if Wustasium, if he can introduce himself and then share a song for our opening. Ihaichka. Oh.
Hi, everyone. Truly grateful to be here. My name is Suja. I live not too far from here, so I could easily roll myself out of bed and get here. Thank you for opening your home to me. My medicine name is Quilquilticin. And just share that the name was put on me a year ago, and so I'm really grateful to get to be in prayer as I reflect on this past year of carrying this name and the honor of the name. Thank you for welcoming me into your home. Oh.
Ihaichka Kolapu. Dear ones, I'm very thankful to be here with all of you, and it's very generous of you to invite us here and into your home. And we've been here many times over decades, and I remember the old minister and how beautiful she was. I read these words in the Compassion 2.0, the document, and it's very much, how we feel and how we were taught. It's beautiful to read that, to be with you. Thank you, each one. And in the circle, we're all the same. We're all equal, and we're all children of Mother Earth. You all know, but that is how our elders taught us, and to listen to Mother Earth, to listen to nature all around us, and that nature is always helping us. She's so generous, always helping us. And the trees, we see them, waving their arms in the wind, just as we do. That's where we learn this. And they are our relatives, and that is really how our elders taught us to be part of it. We're not just parasites upon this earth. We are part of the earth. We can be a great part of healing the earth. And I know this group here cares about those things. And so I thank you. I'm very honored to be with you. We'll sing this song. The word for crying, the word for singing is si'ich. Probably that was brought out already, but so important. Si'ich means to cry as well as to sing. Tears of joy, tears of sadness. It's how we heal ourselves. Oh, 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 just very thankful for these beautiful old songs. That's a song we share with the Shaker Church, and we're calling the healing light, the great healing light from the universe, asking for help. And when we receive that healing, claim it. We claim it. We give thanks for the healing that we have received. SiSiWiss, we're thanking the soul of the song. And I thank all the ones that have been here for 100 more years, that have been here and bless us just to be here in this home.
And at this time, we'll sing one more song, and then we're going to open it up for everyone. We'll explain that, what we mean when we say that, too. I'd like to sing this song. This song is a Snohomish or Snohomish song. It's the Yobach. It's the King Salmon song. Yobach tiyachada, Yobach tiyachada, Yobach tiyachada, Yobach tiyachada. Yobach is the king salmon. Sounds a little different when it gets a little bit changed when it's sung, but it's still the same meaning as the king salmon. Yihaichka. So at this time, my dear ones, we're going to open up this song and prayer service now for you also. We opened it up with the singing of the traditional songs, and now we're going to open it up for you to also share any songs that you have. Can be spiritual song from another tradition, can be, and also just a song that you like. Some people really like the Beatles. Sing a Beatles song. We like Beatles too. So any songs though are welcome at this time. Childhood song, any kind of song. And then we ask you to do this, and also we're opening it up for prayers. And you know, in our medicine way, we voice our prayers. And we're asking you and inviting you to voice a prayer. It can be for a person, yourself, it can be for anything, place, whatever you're praying for. And when you voice it, we'll all pray with you, and it'll make the prayer very strong. So, And also, like, it's open for people that if you had a favorite saying or poem or something like that. So this is going to be open for a little while. So please join in and share with us today. Ihaichka. Oh. Oh,
Well, not really. Hold it down.
But I want
we're
I
streaming,
want to do
so.
movements with it.
Oh,
movements.
someone can
Could
hold
you
it.
have
Oh,
it?
nice, thank you, Haichka.
This is a song from the Dances of Universal Peace collection. It was created during by a music teacher who was working with AIDS patients in the 90s. Ancestor sky people all here today, hear my heart song, hear my respect, hear my love, hear my grateful tears fall. I am truly blessed. You are truly blessed. We are truly blessed.
Add a prayer to that because I was thinking about that and how many, how it was a epidemic at one time, the AIDS in this country and of course in other countries as well. And in this country though, the funding for AIDS patients has been cut, and that was one of the first things that got cut in the medical field. So I'd like to pray for the ones that are suffering with the disease, and they had come up with, you know, a cocktail of drugs to help people live a quality of life, and pray that people are not without the treatment that they need, and certainly with all the support and encouragement that's needed to live with the disease and to counter the symptoms of the disease, and pray for wonderful healing. Ihaichka. Oh. Goody.
I'm going to do the Gayatri mantra in the Gretchen way. Well, actually, I memorized it from a nice YouTube channel. But I just want to say the inspiration, the story behind me and the Gayatri mantra is at Peace Camp, Gauss and Mangesh from India were here, and they came to one of Jamal's classes, and he introduced the Gayatri mantra. And for those of you that don't know, Gauss and Mangesh were raised in an orphanage. And they were so excited when Jamal played the Gayatri mantra, and they said, "Oh, Auntie, this is what Sister Lucy used to play every morning to wake us up." And I really liked it. So that summer of Peace Camp, they were trying to teach me we would practice on the way to Peace Camp, the Gayatri mantra. And then eventually I found this YouTube channel that I practice, and it became my song, really. It's a song that comes up for me if I'm worried about something, I'll just start humming it. And I'll do it 3 times through. Om Bhuvasvahat Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasvahat Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasvahat Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo devasya dhimahi Niyo yona prachodayat.
Sorry if I interrupted something here. This is a Rumi-derived chant. I'll sing it twice. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, wanderer, lover of leaving. This is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, wanderer, lover of leaving. This is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. And now, oh.
Good morning, my name is Lila. I wanted to share with you a pagan elemental chant. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. The aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. Aye, 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 oh, aye, oh, aye, oh. And then I have another elemental chant. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am. Air I am, fire I am, water, earth, and spirit I am.
be. So I would like to pray for all of humans on this planet today, that we are all facing some really troubling times, genocide, starvation. I mean, we all know what's going on, and there's such a heaviness in our hearts. I want to especially pray for the resistors of this evil that is happening right now, and for their protection, for their perseverance, and for our perseverance, because we all need to band together and fight this, because this isn't okay. And I'm grateful to be here in circle with all of you. I'm grateful for the prayers that we can put out to the Creator, to our universe, to God, however we want to call that entity of good and righteousness. And I'm just grateful to be able to be here on this beautiful planet and partake in the glory of what has been given to us, and just praying that we can turn this whole thing around. Ihaichka. I'm going to sing a song of encouragement that I've learned here in the circle. And if you, anybody who wants to join with me is welcome. Ihaichka.
This is our sister Linda.
Oh, yeah, this is Linda. I'm a little dyslexic. In the medicine circle, everything goes counterclockwise. And this morning I passed the sage, I think I must be dyslexic. or nervous.
Hi, Carl is my name, and Jude and I were in the forest yesterday, and we didn't find any mushrooms, but it was so wonderful to see the native squirrels and the winter wrens and the other wonderful creatures of the forest.
I wanted to mention someone who passed away. I just want to send prayers for a woman named Carol Phillips that Carl actually took care of. He does home care, and she passed away this past week. So just sending prayers for Carol Phillips.
We give thanks for the miracle of our birth, for the opportunity to be alive, and no matter what happens, to hold on to the pillars of respect, kindness, and love, and to always embrace the agency that we all have to make a difference wherever we go, with every breath we take, with every look we have, with another human being or any other life form. We give our thanks. It's the ultimate gift. Whoa.
This is a gratitude to SiSwinKlae. I don't know how, for 8 years, 9 years, have you been coming to Peace Camp? Yeah, for those of you that don't know, for the past 9 years, she and her group have been coming to Peace Camp International, and it's become such a, I want to say trademark, I don't know if that's the right word, but it's definitely a tradition at Peace Camp where the kids know the songs, they all know, oh, and Ihajka, and now the counselors are going Ihajka. We have a group text where they're saying Ihajka. And I really want to, SiSwinKlae is the only person that I've let come into Peace Camp and teach the kids, because they're at school all the time. I mean, they go to school, they go to sports lessons, sports camps, they go to piano lessons, teach. Somebody's always giving them something. And so oftentimes people would ask me, oh, can I come teach the children about this? And I would say, well, come to Peace Camp and see what it's like first, and then we'll talk. And usually they don't come back because they don't ask me because they see how much the kids have to offer. But SiSwinKlae is, to me, so important because she's educating. I mean, where else can the kids from here who aren't native, who aren't, the First Peoples from this area, where else can they get immersed and learn and really have it become the fabric of who they are? And I feel like because the consistency of you keep coming, it is becoming more and more part of their fabric. I don't know if you notice it, but yeah, they have their favorite songs. No, this one. You know that one? Anyway, but thank you. Oh.
And with that, I want to honor our sister Gretchen. As she's the creator and director of Peace Camp, and it's how old, the Peace Camp?
I think this will be the 12th or 13th year. Yeah, 13, yeah.
So it's a vision of hers that the Peace Camp even came to be. And it brings just sheer joy to be a part of Peace Camp and to be able to share with our young people and to share in the medicine way. And it is, and the camp counselors become playful and childlike just like that. And we all do. And I had the joy of also different people that attend Medicine Circle to come and assist. As you see, it's really helpful to be hands-free sometimes, so it's wonderful to have people come in and help with that. So everyone is just so wonderful at the Peace Camp. All the camp counselors they're from different places in the world. People come to be camp counselors. So that's how it's become international. So it truly is. And then we have people from other countries also that live here that also come to as the children and then also as some of the staff. So it's a wonderful thing, and I'm so pleased and proud to be a part of it. Oh.
My name is Steve, and I'm part of both our medicine circle as well as this beloved community. So it's an honor to be here and to support Sister SiSwinkLae. I would like to pray for the awakening of the hearts of all of those in power and in government and in service. Many of them swore an oath to represent the people and to work for the good of the people. And it seems like many of them have forgotten that oath or are ignoring it. So I pray for the opening and awakening of their hearts, that the seeds of compassion and respect and love are sown in their hearts and beingness. May they turn around to really listen to the people they represent and hear the cries of the poor and the suffering, and realize that they really are called to do what is in the best interest of everyone in the country. May they see the divine spark within their own hearts, as well as that divine spark which resides in the hearts of us all. Yahashka.
It just popped into my head, and I'm not even sure if I can remember all the words, but ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Only why don't we? We all know that people are the same wherever they go. There is good and bad in everyone. We learn to live, and we learn to give each other what we need to survive. Together alive, ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Only why don't we? Wasn't in tune, but thank you. Oh, good.
Okay, this is just the refrain from Sending You Light by Melanie DeMore. And I have found myself singing this just from the heart to like plants as I prune them, or people as I think of them. So join me, if you will. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. Oh.
Ihaichka, thanking everyone, Ihaichka Siamostimoth, for all the songs and your sharings here, your presence. Ihaichka, for making time out of whatever is happening in your life to be here, to pray and be here together today. We thank you so much. Ihaichka. Oh. At this time, we're just going to share a little bit. I was kind of looking here in my phone, and I knew I should have had this ready. But in praying about the service today and being with you today, I was thinking about different things and how the sanctuary here, the Interfaith Community Sanctuary, and all the people here and all the people we've known for years and those that left us, and all the different people that came to the different services and ceremonies, and the reflection on our dear minister that was here, Deborah Lajmadir. And when she was here, she was the only Native American minister in all of Seattle. And wasn't that atrocious? But that's how it was. But that's a statement about the community here, and the openness of the community and the inclusiveness of the community. So I'm so grateful to be a part of a community where there's such inclusiveness. And it really lifts my spirit, and I know a lot of people, I'm not just talking about me, but just that there's so many things right now that go against our spirit, and the exclusivity, the divisiveness, and all the very harsh things that we haven't seen in this country, not in my lifetime, in leadership. And so these things are so very important. So I'm so proud and happy for this community here. And you know, it had me thinking when in praying about this, it flashed in my brain that, you know, I'm also a volunteer shaker at the 1910 Indian Shaker Church that's here in the Northwest Coast, Pacific Northwest Coast. And mostly the churches are located on the reservations. But when you go into the churches, they have an excerpt from Washington state law that prohibits any kind of interruption to the services and protection for the people that are in that building and at the services. I was thinking, you know, wouldn't it be wonderful if the different churches and different communities, spiritual communities, they formed a statement to any kind of officials, federal or state officials of law enforcement, if they were to come in to try to interrupt the services. And you know, since Jimmy Carter passed the Freedom of Religion Act in 1978 here in this country, there is laws that do protect people. But you know, it would be wonderful to have a statement for all. So if they were to walk in these doors, they know that they're protected and there's a sanctuary. It's truly a sanctuary here. So I'm just putting that out to you and letting you know that's what came to us in prayer. Ihaichka. Oh. And you know, I was thinking about, I didn't ask anyone in the Shaker Church congregation or in the organization, you know, why they have that there. But it had me thinking what we already understand about our First People is that even though, you know, that law got passed, it didn't mean that it was enforced. So the people put that there in my understanding in order to make sure that they had the ability to enforce it, because not necessarily are law officials going to enforce it or hold it up or even know about it. So that's also what we think is part of the importance of that. Ihachka. Oh. And you know, also whenever we're getting ready for the services here, definitely we think of the different beautiful elders and people and teachers, culture-bearing people that attended here. But you know, we've been praying so much for our young people right now and the women, because the women also, you know, out of all the different people, are one of the people that were being attacked in many different ways, and choices and rights being diminished. So, but we're thinking about how it's been that way for a very long time, and there's also been a fight to change that, and a lot of people had really suffered, and now it's going back in the opposite direction. Through the suffering, people gained rights, but then now, across the board, it's not just the women, of course, but when it's very personable for women, because it's about our bodies. So I was just really thinking about the beautiful elder women and men that we had the opportunity to learn with, and thinking about the young people and the effects of, now this is the second administration where there's been this kind of outward troubling impact of language and actions now, more actions now than the last time. But the effects on our young people, so, you know, they'll have, if we get to the end of this administration, it'll be 8 years. That's a big chunk of a child's life, 8 years, where they're being almost groomed, you could say, with the language and the ways that, and the actions that are being taken to make this a normalized kind of way of being. So another reason to be absolutely so happy and proud to be a part of International Peace Camp, because we just really pray with all our heart every day that our young people, they get the, you know, they might hear all that. There's not really a way to keep it out of the purview of the children, the things that are happening. And they, you know, every day it's this, it's this, it's this. You know, that's kind of a negative, going down a rabbit hole of negativity and harm. And so we just really pray every day that our children have a counter to that, some kind of something to lift them up, to do something, to words that would make a difference. And, you know, and that's where I think of our beautiful elders, our Auntie Vi Hilbert. She had the most eloquent and beautiful way of speaking. She could tell you off and you wouldn't know until the next day that you were told off. She just had such an incredible way with language. And the English language, it wasn't even her first language. And yet she took the time and the thoughtfulness and the heartfulness to manage to speak that language in a way that would lift people up anytime she spoke. And you know, it's just such an inspiration to have had that, and to understand that if we really believe with all our heart in love and respect, then we've got to learn that when we open our mouth to speak, to have thoughtfulness, to have heartfulness in the words that we're going to share. As we have young people and children, and they have minds like sponges, and they're taking that all in. So we want to make sure that we let them know, oh, it's so wonderful to be inclusive. Now, we just love our neighbors. You know, our neighbor, I think, over there is having some trouble, so let's go and see what we can do. You know, things like that, just something simple that will help the children to really take in the opposite of what's happening, and make sure that we expose our young people to loving and caring ways of being, words, ways of sharing. And you know, in our First People way, they call it a kinesthetic way of learning, because we reach all the senses, all at once. And so we're just totally engaged, all the senses, the mind, the heart, the feelings, everything's engaged. And that's why children also, and all people really respond so well to the medicine, because it engages everything. So it doesn't matter if you're neurodivergent or you're dyslexic or you're that, because it's a way of learning for everybody. It's such an inclusive way of learning. It's not like you have to learn it this way. No, everybody learns in their own way and at their own level of intelligence. Ihachka. Oh. And I just wanted to share a little bit more. And then our brother Steve here, he has a presentation that we're going to make a little time for. So, but I wanted to share this story. And the story, I've just been learning it in the last 2 or 3 months, and but it's keeps on teaching. It keeps on. And so it's like, oh, should I share a story today when praying and asking the Spirit? Oh yeah, and this is the first story that, and I was like, oh, can I? Oh, he's kind of been sharing that story lately. Well, no, share that story. And then, so it's like, it taught me some more. It's like, oh, of course, because it's such a beautiful story, and takes us into further depth of what it is to work with our Mother Earth, what it is to speak with nature, to listen to nature, to pay attention, and live with our Mother Earth and nature. If you're listening to this story, will you say Habu anytime we pause in the story? Habu in the Lashutsi language is I'm listening, or we're listening, haven't fallen asleep, we're listening. Very good, Habu. This is the story of the work of the winds, and the story comes from, it was first recorded in 1981, and the person telling the story at that time is Ray Paul. This is the story of the work of the winds. There, the south wind, it comes and it blows the soft, gentle wind, and there, all the seeds that are growing on the limbs and the branches of the trees and the bushes and all the different plants. There, the seeds, and the south wind, it blows, and all the seeds, or many of the seeds, they fall, and these are the children, and they fall to the ground. And there now the south wind will blow the rain, so it showers over all the children, and the children begin to grow. And there now, if the south wind sees that the children, they don't look like they're growing very strong, there the south wind will blow hard on the children to exercise the children. And there the exercising will make the children nice and strong. There now the fruit is now developing on the limbs and the branches. And now the south wind, it blows soft, gentle, warm winds to help to the fruit to ripen. And it helps the bushes and the trees and different plants to mature and become strong. Now the seasons, they're kind of changing, and it's changing to the point where everything has been growing and getting stronger, but there now the south wind sees some seeds are still hanging on to the limbs and branches. So there the south wind will blow harder and blow those seeds, because the south wind knows that if the seeds remain on the limbs and the branches, they could freeze and die. So the south wind blows hard, and there those seeds now can grow. They fall, and they can still grow into the ground that's still soft. And now now it's changing some more, and now the north wind comes, and now the north wind seems like it's kind of cross but it's just strong and it's a different wind. And now it's blowing at the south wind. It's my turn. And the south wind just keeps staying there, just wants to remain. So there now the north wind gets the help of the east wind, and they both blow at the south wind. Oh, now the south wind realizes, oh no, all right, there it starts to back up. And now the north wind and the east wind, they blow so hard, they blow the south wind back to where it came from. And there now the north and the east wind, they have their way. Well, there now the earth, though, begins to warm again, and there now the south wind comes. And it blows its gentle wind on the north wind. Ah, the north wind becomes discouraged and goes away. Dishoys, that's all there is to that story. It's such a wonderful story for helping us to get a little bit closer to our Mother Earth and to understand the ways of the earth and to work with that, not to go against that. So that's what we see so much is so much fighting against the earth, fighting against nature. And it gets us all into trouble when we fight against it. And it's so beautiful and nourishing and helpful, just the way she is. And you know, I heard wonderful songs about nature, and that's what the altar here is, all the elements. The cloth represents the Mother Earth. Then we have the fire, and of course the air, because there's no fire without air, and then also the bowl of water. And so that's what the meaning of our SiSiWiss altars. We're putting it out as a representation of our Mother Earth and all her elements. And then in this altar, we put out the two cloths because we have the 4 directions, which is very sacred to us, as is the altar, of course. But also we put it in this manner because it's also has a point to the 4 directions, the 4 corners, which is also very sacred to us. And we don't hear very much about the 4 corners anymore, but the 4 corners is also a very sacred part of the acknowledgments. Ihaichka. Oh, Ihaichka. At this time, we're going to sing a water blessing song, and then we're going to hand it over to our brother Steve, and he can tell you about the presentation that he would like to. It's just going to be about a 10-minute presentation. Ihaichka. Water blessing song. Sacred water. We'll all pray together. In the medicine circle, we pray out loud. We offer you to just pray in your own way. Ihaichka SiSiwnKlae, Ihaichka Kazili, Ihaichka Great Universe. Giving thanks to be here in this home with the beloved ones here. Pray that you'll hear our prayer and our cry in our heart at this time. Those prayers spoken, unspoken. We pray, Creator, that you'll have safe travels in this day for each one. Whenever we travel, pray for safetiness in our travels. Good medicine to be with us. Ihaichka SiSiwnKlae. Pray each one can take the good from this medicine circle today, and may it help us in the coming days and weeks to really stay aligned with the ways that you are meant for us, our purpose, and to walk each step that we walk with love and respect, to really keep aware in the things that we can do to really be there for ourselves and to help one another, love one another, pray for one another, forgive ourselves and one another. Go forward with the best and good in all things. Kazili, Shewe Lasti Oh! And now we'll hear from our brother Steve, if you could please stay for what our brother has to share. Ihaichka. You can sit here, brother.
Thank you, Sister SiSwinKlae. I'd like to share about the Charter for Compassion. We haven't talked about it for a long time. The Charter for Compassion was developed in 2009, or shared with the rest of the world, and it was initiated by a theologian, Karen Armstrong, and she wanted to develop a document which speaks to the core of essentially all religions. All religions, if you look far enough, which she did years of research, they all share in what is essentially the golden or platinum rule: treat others as you wish to be treated, or treat others as they wish to be treated. And she won a TED Prize, and through that she was able to gather input from over 5,000 individuals around the world who formulated what is now the Charter for Compassion. And I'd like to share that once again with you. And there's a copy of it in the entrance of our sanctuary, it's actually a signed copy. Now, what's been handed out to you is Charter 2.0. Times have changed a lot since 2009. And the organization, the Charter for Compassion, and the board decided that this document really needed to be updated. And so with the input of people from around the world, we have an amendment or update to the charter. First of all, though, I'd like to read the old charter, and then I've asked for people amongst our community here to share the elements of Charter 2.0. The principle of compassion lies at the heart of all religious, ethical, and spiritual traditions, calling us always to treat all others as we wish to treat ourselves. Compassion impels us to work tirelessly to alleviate the suffering of our fellow creatures, to dethrone ourselves from the center of the world and put another there, and to honor the inviolable sanctity of every single human being, treating everybody without exception with absolute justice, equity, and respect. It is also necessary in both public and private life to refrain consistently and empathically from inflicting pain, to act or speak violently out of spite, chauvinism, or self-interest, to impoverish, exploit, or deny basic rights to anyone, and to incite hatred by denigrating others, even our enemies, is a denial of our common humanity. We acknowledge that we have failed to live compassionately, and that some even have increased the sum of human misery in the name of religion. We therefore call upon all men and women to restore compassion to the center of morality and religion, to return to the ancient principle that any interpretation of Scripture that breeds violence, hatred, or disdain is illegitimate, to ensure that youth are given accurate and respectful information about other traditions, religions, and cultures, to encourage a positive appreciation of cultural and religious diversity, to cultivate an informed empathy with the suffering of all human beings, even those regarded as enemies. We urgently need to make compassion a clear, luminous, and dynamic force in our polarized world, rooted in a principled determination to transcend selfishness. Compassion can break down political, dogmatic, ideological and religious boundaries. Born of our deep interdependence, compassion is essential to human relationships and to a fulfilled humanity. It is the path to enlightenment and indispensable to the creation of a just economy and a peaceful global community. And now for Charter for Compassion 2.0, a charter for compassionate transformation from inner healing to planetary flourishing. And as this is being read, I invite you to listen with an open heart, and you may feel free to close your eyes if you want, if that's helpful. But just let this sink in. And to me, this is much more, to me, this is a prayer. So it's an honor to share this with you as it unfolds.
Hello, hello. Oh, it's working. Yes, is it working? Is it working? Oh, yes.
Oh. Who knows? Yeah, needed Jamal's touch. Okay. Let's settle in. The Great Turning. We, the global community of Earth, stand at the threshold moment in human and planetary history. The principle of compassion, which has always resided at the heart of all religions, ethical, spiritual, and indigenous traditions, now calls us to a profound transformation. From separation to kinship, from charity to justice, from competition to cooperation, and from human-centered thinking to universal awareness. We recognize that authentic compassion begins with the understanding that inner healing extends outward through just relationships, regenerative systems, and reverent care for all life. Compassion is both a deep awareness of suffering and a courageous commitment to transformation, addressing symptoms and root causes through intentional action and structural change.
Call to transformation. We are called to make compassion a clear, luminous, and dynamic force in our world as it awakens to greater interconnection and wholeness. Rooted in inner healing and manifested as justice, this expanded compassion can dissolve our perceived boundaries between self and other, human and nature, past, present, and future. Born of our deep interdependence with all life, compassion is essential to human relationships and to the continuation of life itself on Earth. It is a path to collective healing and indispensable to the creation of regenerative economies, restorative justice, and a thriving planetary community. we call upon all beings to join this great work of our time, the transformation of our civilizations from systems of domination to cultures of partnership, from economies of extraction to economies of care, from a pattern consciousness of separation to an expanded awareness of sacred kinship with all life.
The living promise. This charter is our sacred promise to life itself, a commitment to embody the change we seek, to heal wounds we have inherited, and to plant seeds of flourishing for generations yet to come. It is an invitation to participate in the greatest story ever told, the story of life awakening to its own sacred nature and choosing love over fear, cooperation over domination, and healing over harm. Please join us Wednesday, November 12th, for the official webinar launch of Charter 2.0.
Thank you all. And yeah, so this is about the greatest story ever told. The story of life awakening to its sacred nature, choosing love over fear, cooperation over domination, and healing over harm. So may it be. Amen. Oh. And to follow up, just you can do announcements just in a second. So the charter is unfolding, the Charter 2.0 on a free webinar, and it'll be November 12th. And the QR code is on the leaflet that you have. And at 7 a.m. Pacific time and 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I'll include that information. I'll send out a notice that will go for all of those in the community who are seeing this online. And so just click on the QR code, and we would love to have you join us. It'll be a time of song and prayer and inspiration and hope. We'd love to see you there. 2 showings. To capture people. This is an international charter, so people in Australia can catch it either like 7 a.m. or 4 p.m. and people in Europe at 7 a.m. and such. Good question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister SiSwinKlae, and all of you and all of us for your sharing today. We will wrap up our service this morning with as we share our wealth with the community. And I will pass the plate around. And I know that people online will be able to give through the website. If they will click on that, they can find the donate button there. And we appreciate all the donations that are given for the upkeep of our historic building and the programs that we are involved in. And we have some very important gatherings coming up that we would like to remind people of, and there are flyers over here. If you, like me, can't keep dates and times and places in your head very well, you can pick up a piece of paper which will remind you of that anything that you feel drawn to. And of course, we have things listed on our website as well for those of you who like to go online and find these things. But some of us like to have the paper in our hand. So right after this service, we have our monthly guiding council meeting downstairs, and we have some food to share with people and ask you to stay for our meeting and learn more about what's going on and the daily interaction of our community. We all are invited for that. And that will start, as soon as we can gather downstairs. We're running a little late this morning. And we also have a program, there is a program coming up Wednesday, November 5th in the evening from 7 to 8 at St. Mark's Episcopal Cathedral here in Seattle. And this was is being sponsored by many, many different interfaith organizations in our area. And Jamal Rahman will be offering a prayer and speaking there briefly, but it's one that, it's a very interfaith prayer time, an interreligious, they call it an interreligious prayer vigil in troubled times. And the local religious leaders and fellow citizens will gather in the St. Mark's Cathedral, and all are invited to join this nonpartisan interfaith service of hope, either in person or via live stream. And they ask that we embrace this moment of contemplation and connection as we affirm the principles that transcend our differences and the common cause that will bind the wounds of this great nation. So there are some flyers to that effect. I mistakenly sent out the wrong date earlier last week, and so I've corrected that. I was looking at the wrong date. Anyway, we also have an interfaith Thanksgiving celebration coming up, which has been going on for 39 years now in the Seattle area, and it will be taking place on Sunday, November 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. at a church in Queen Anne. The nickname is The Well, but it's not in the online called The Well, so that the address is 1606 Fifth Avenue West. It's a Methodist church, I think. It has a more United Methodist Church. The Well is kind of its nickname, so I had to tell people that. It's a beautiful church. We've had this celebration and other celebrations there before, and it's not far from here. It's in the Queen Anne area. Right, this is right, being sponsored by Northwest Interfaith and Interfaith Community Sanctuary and many others. And there will be light refreshments and fellowship after the program, and it's a free program. And again, I have some flyers for that. And I also wanted to mention that Jamal is starting his final class of 2025 will be a spiritual development class on Saturday mornings, starting this coming Saturday, November 8th through December 13th. And this is about lessons along our sacred path. And we will be sharing and gathering together on Zoom every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon. And there you can talk to me or Jamal about registering for that as well. And of course, during the week, we have many different classes and gatherings. We have a meditation group that meets on Thursday evenings in person here. We have other groups that meet on Zoom and classes that meet. And you can check the website, and perhaps you get the announcements on every Monday morning that Chiaki sends out that give you the upcoming gatherings for that week. Sometimes there are special things that meet only once a month. Other times they meet every week. Sometimes they meet in person. Sometimes they meet online. And I do not memorize all that. So please look it up and find out what speaks to you, because we find people from all over, this isn't our whole community. This is one little piece. This is our Sunday morning community, this Sunday morning. And what's amazing is that we're a huge community when you put together all the people who come to all the events during all the week and during the whole month. It's an amazingly greater community than we might gather, than we might know. But everybody can choose what speaks to them most clearly in that particular moment, and we welcome that. Now, we have a special blues concert coming up also in December 7th, and on that day we'll be having an open house with a little crafts fair and a bake sale downstairs. from 3 to 5, and then we'll have our blues concert up here at 5 o'clock. And we're pretty sure there'll be some things left over for people after the concert. If you're still hungry and thirsty and want to buy something for the holiday, you'll be able to do that, and all that will benefit ICS as well. And we'll have some great, lively blues music during the concert for that. And right. Right, and Jamal and Dave Brown give, pardon me? And Jamal and Dave Brown give a little Vespers talk right after the concert at sunset. So, yeah, and so it's all really about the music, folks. Come for the music. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's really fantastic music. I mean, I'll just be honest with you. So, let's see. What am I forgetting? The Blues Vespers. December 7th, it's a Sunday, right? It's after and that's here, right here. The concert will be upstairs, and the other event will be downstairs. The craft fair and the bake sale will be downstairs. And by the way, we'll need people to bring crafts and baked goods for that. So we'll be sending out announcements. November and December are busy months, folks. So keep an eye on your inbox. You'll be getting a lot of announcements about what's coming up. But we have so much coming up in November. We haven't even hit December yet. And by the way, there's a 5th Sunday in November. God is great. God gave us 5 Sundays in November because we have so many things to celebrate. This year, anyway. So the 5th Sunday in November, we have we're having what will maybe hopefully become our annual memorial service to honor those and commemorate those who have passed away, not just this year, but people who have passed away who are still present in our lives. And by the way, everybody who's passed away is still present in the universe. And I remember when my dad was passing away quite some years ago, and he was in the hospital, lying there, and he was conscious and he was aware, and my niece, his granddaughter, was sitting by the bedside, and we were just quietly visiting with him, and my niece looked at my father, her grandfather, and said, "Grandpa Harry, what are you thinking about?" Because he had his eyes open, he was staring up at the ceiling, and he was clearly awake and alive and thinking. And she said, "Grandpa Harry, what are you thinking about?" And he slowly turned to her and he said, "I'm thinking about the birth and death of stars." And let me tell you, he was thinking of that because he was a rocket scientist, he was a physicist. And I think about that a lot. He was not mourning his own impending death. He knew he was on the way. But he was thinking about the birth and death of stars, which is what he believed he was about to become. Back into the universe. And they're all still with us, folks. So let's celebrate them on November 30th. We'll have more information about that to come. That will be our Sunday service, and our after service there'll be a potluck lunch. So that will be our Sunday service for the 5th Sunday in November. So we got a long month coming up, and we got a lot of activities, and we have a long month of December coming up too, and a lot of fun events. Okay, tell us about that.
Hi, Ichka. So we are having a medicine circle with a healing ceremony, and it's open to anyone and everyone. So that will be next Saturday, and we begin at 11:30. It's potluck if you can help in bringing food, and we'll just walk you through all the different parts if you've never been before. And anybody's welcome, and anyone that you think would benefit is welcome. Thank you.
Okay, great. And so we'll say goodbye to our friends online. Oh, Joey?
Indeed, we do have a lot going on this month, so I would just like to remind you that we have a food drive going on for the Ballard Food Bank. There's a box up here in the sanctuary, and there's also one down in the fellowship hall. I have seen those boxes filling up, and so we are so grateful for your generous contributions to that. We're going to be making 2 drops this year so that we'll hit both holidays, the Thanksgiving and the Christmas holidays. So the first one I'll be taking in on November 8th. So if you want to contribute for Thanksgiving, please get those donations in by next Tuesday, not this one, but the following Tuesday. I will take them over, and then hopefully we'll have an opportunity to fill those boxes up again. So thank you so much for your contributions.
Okay, so we say goodbye and thanks again to everybody online. And let's stand for our closing circle and for releasing our ancestors and thanking everybody who's been here.